Hey everybody, Run this Street 4-2 with another Warframe gameplay, and today we'll be going over 4 Warframes and the changes that they have been through this week. We're going to start off with Ash, then we'll move on to Atlas, then Banshee, and then Chroma. For Ash, we have one change, which is his Blade Storm. If you've noticed, if you played Ash recently, he now summons a clone to do his Blade Storm. Once you marked all your targets, a clone appears and it does your work. Beforehand, that didn't exist, and you yourself would be assassinating the targets. Now, one of your clones pops up and does the job for you. Now, this is very beneficial, and it feels like a quality of life change, and I do actually think it's a quality of life change, especially when I played Ash. You can opt in to doing the animation, so all you have to do is just teleport to a marked target that's going to be assassinated by your Blade Storm. You teleport to that marked target, and then you're pretty much doing the animation. Or if you let your clone do that animation for you, do the assassination, this gives you the option to simply kill all the other enemies or those that are marked. Depending on the level, you probably would like to shoot them while they're taking the massive DPS damage. And this will effectively increase your DPS. Now, what it says is literally what I'm putting on the screen right now. Upon activating Blade Storm, Ash clone will do the stabbing, leaving the player free to act. Ash can choose to join into execution by using teleport on the marked enemy. Precisely what I said, and it is what it is. Now we're going to move on to Atlas, which has received significant changes, and I actually like these changes. It made me want to play Atlas more, and I found some cool little features that this did not mention. But let's begin. I'm going to put it up right now. And Atlas. Rumble, which is a new mechanic, comes from killing petrified enemies. Atlas collects rubble to restore his health, or temporarily increase armor if already at max health. So as it says, you petrify an enemy, you kill them, and you get rubble. Rubble appears in the ground just like Endo would. And you will have a little circle with a little rock in the center right above where your weapon ammo is. That is your timer of how long you get the buff for Rumble if you are already at max health. Otherwise, it would just restore your health. Now let's see what his new, what the updates for his abilities are. Landslide does bonus damage on petrified enemies. Killing petrified enemies with landslide generates bonus rubble. Okay, they have also increased the contact radius at max rank from 1.5 meters to 2 meters. So landslide is your punch ability. Basically, if your enemy is petrified, because you use petrify, you could just kill them. You could punch them, and if you do, I'm so sorry. If you do in fact kill them by punching them while they're petrified, you get rubble, bonus rubble, which will give you armor or health if you're not at max health. Now, petrify is changed for some reason the way I use it. When I use petrify in the game, it's like a target and you just hit them. It's not like how it used to be, which is strange, but maybe that's just me. I haven't played the frame enough. What it says here, can use petrify on tectonics, which is your second ability, to increase rolling velocity and damage. That's really nice. Can also cast on rumblers, which is your fourth ability, to heal them. Able to cast any ability while Petrify is active, which is great. You can use anything else. Use Landslide to move between enemies or erect rumblers and bulwarks without Petrify ever turning off. Okay. Speed also is more effective at longer ranges now. Okay. Rumblers. To the Rumblers. While casting, creates an AoE around Atlas that will petrify enemies that come close. Rumblers create rubble when they expire based on how much health they have had. Okay, so that's actually really useful, and I've seen it happen. I'm not sure if it will appear in the video clip, but it did appear. When you activate your fourth ability, which is your golems, aka the rumblers, enemies around you will be turned to stone, which is really nice. So you won't sometimes, because it actually has a cast time when you're doing the casting of the rumbler, so makes sense, and it's nice. It's another quality of life change. I really appreciate this one. But that's Atlas. The new rumble mechanic, I feel it's more like a passive at this point. I don't know why they call it mechanic, but it is kind of a mechanic. I consider it more of a passive, and yeah, you kill enemies, they drop rocks. You pick up the rocks, you get armor, or you get health if you're not at max. And the cool part about it that this doesn't tell you is that you actually visually see the rocks attached to Atlas when you pick up rubble. So if you're wondering if you have the buff or not, the armor, just look at Atlas, see if he has rocks stuck to him. If he does, you have it. Moving down to the next one, which is Banshee. I tried this mod and it seems to... It's an augment mod. It seems to work better, I guess. I have the augment mod on it, and I always use this augment mod, which is called Resonating Quake. Upon cast, places a quake that does not require channeling to maintain, meaning Banshee can move freely. Has a short duration and does not move with the player. Okay. Has double the range as a regular Soundquake, but does more damage near the center. So in the clip, I'm going to make sure that you see the range, how wide this thing gets. But it's an instant cast. You just knock it, on the ground, and you just walk away. The cool part about it is that it actually does damage to enemies. And at low-level enemies, like below level 30, it will kill them. What I used this for, I was in the plains, as you can see in the video, and I had actually changed the actual modding of this. It's not like the old Soundquake. This changes everything, this augment. So I had to add a range mod to this thing and keep strength. Because range and strength, is it range? Yeah, range and strength. You do not need efficiency to maintain this Resonating Quake. You can if you want to spam it, obviously, but efficiency? No, not efficiency. I'm sorry, duration. You do not need duration to make this thing powerful like you need it for the regular Soundquake. Duration, efficiency. It's efficiency. I'm sorry, I'm so confused. But yeah, you know what I mean. The efficiency. So you waste less energy while you're using it. Efficiency. Hello, run this. What's wrong with you? So you don't need efficiency that much, but if you want to spam it, of course, use it. But what it does is you place it on the ground, enemies near it literally like fly away as if it's like a gust of wind that blows them away, which is nice, and it does damage to them. At some point, if they're low level, it kills them. So the new Resonating Quake mod makes it so that you're not stuck like Soundquake and you're on the ground casting. It's just an instant cast and you can keep doing your business. Not bad. It's pretty good. Unfortunately, this does come with a few negatives, and I will agree with the community, because it does less damage if they're not in the center. So in some cases, you would rather not have this augment mod equipped to constantly stun the enemies and slowly push them back, because regular Soundquake, while you're casting it, enemies will be staggered and they'll be slowly pushed back. This one, they're just pushed back and they fall down. They're not staggered. They just fall down and get pushed back. That's it. So there's a big difference, and the situation of when you will use Resonating Quake over Soundquake solely depends on your mission. Okay, moving down to Chroma, which is by far the most complex for me to explain. Two abilities have been tweaked. The first one is simple. The second one is confusing, which is why I'm redoing this recording. I don't know how many times I've done it. So just let this be known. This is not my first recording, and I'm not going to correct myself stuttering previously because it's almost the end of the day, and I really want to get this out to you guys. So Chroma, Spectral Scream. Basically, what this is its first ability, and instead of using it and you're walking really slow, you could use it and run as you always have ran, and jump as you've always jumped. Previously, you couldn't jump or run; you were stuck walking. Now you could run and walk. Oh, run and walk. You could run and jump. You couldn't do that before. So basically, that's what it does. And the damage output is not affected by your Vex Armor's Fury bonus. And Vex Armor is a really complicated one to explain. That is the one right below. That's the other one that was fixed. The reasoning why they tweaked this is actually very interesting. It's pretty funny in my opinion. So this is what they did to Vex Armor. Fix a long-standing issue with number calculations being multiplied. Let's just say multiply, because it's literally a multiplication thing. Boost now apply before upgrades instead of after. That's all you need to read. You stop right there and you will know. If you're a Chroma player, now you know what happened. If you're not, like I was, let me put you up to speed. I have this little formula here that Omega Silex helped me. This is how Vex Armor used to work. You would have your base armor of Chroma, and then you will multiply that by the mod bonus you added to your frame. So the power of your mods will then be multiplied by your base armor. So mod armor, which is the like steel fiber, for example, multiplied by your base armor. After those multiply, you're going to add the boost or buff from your Vex armor. That's how it used to be. And according to DE, that was so overpowered that you could literally solo an Eidolon with the armor bonus that you got and the attack bonus that you got. Yes. What they did now to mitigate that issue so that you're not one-shotting their Eidolons, since they just released 2 new ones and it will be kind of cheap if you just kill them instantly. They made it so that you will not be the only person to get this buff. It will be split to your teammates that are near you, and to reduce it so that not all of you will just one-shot it easily, they changed the formula for this thing. Instead of it being your base armor times your mod armor plus your Vex, it is now your base armor plus, well, base armor times the total amount of your mod armor plus Vex. So literally all they did was put a parentheses with the mod armor and Vex so that it's a smaller number than not having those parentheses. So let me explain it one more time. How it used to work is like so. Base armor times mod armor plus Vex. That's the old way. Your current one that you're seeing and you're using now is your base armor times the total amount of where your mod armor plus your Vex. So mod plus Vex is first times base armor. So mod plus Vex equals your total. That total times your base armor is what you have. Very confusing. I'll put that in the description below so you will understand what it is. If I'm incorrect, please do correct me. I'm not an avid Chroma player. Chroma kind of never really appealed to me, so I'm sorry. But yeah, that's it. Those are the 4 frames I will go over this time. I will go over the other 5 in the next video. It will be a part 2. But I would like to drop this now. For those of you who follow me on Twitter, you probably are aware of the Unvaulted Prime frames. I'm doing a giveaway for those frames. It is Ash, Loki, and Frost. Now, for those of you who want to enter to have a chance to win this, DE did give me one to give away. All you need to do is tell me what is your favorite Warframe. I want to know what your favorite Warframe is, so post your favorite Warframe and why that Warframe is your favorite. It has to be an actual reason, not a troll. So if you just say Excalibur because he's the best frame, or Loki because he's Master Race, that's not good enough. I'm sorry, I actually want a reason why. Because I like Excalibur Prime because it feels special to me, because I bought it when he was new, and he looks amazing. He's the OG original, he's the OG Excalibur. That's how Excalibur used to look before we got the one you see everyone playing nowadays. And you can't purchase it anymore, so it's very special, that Warframe to me. It made me a founder, pretty much. So that's my reason and my favorite Warframe, something like that. So yeah, that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. My name is Ronus342, obviously. And I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good one.